And welcome back to another lovely live stream with me, a girl named Bob, here on Twitch TV, once again providing you entertainment and content, and maybe some educational information along the way. Learning's half the battle, and the more you know, knowledge is power. Wow, this is gonna be quite the stream, because it's not a stream I thought I was gonna make. But after last stream, which was when I asked chat to help me on my quest to find out who is more efficient, an artist or an AI prompted request from an AI program such as Crayon. And so that was my last stream, the third time that I decided to play God on Twitch TV. And that was a great stream. But also during that stream, I did some show off things, like I got me a tooth full of a pillow, a plush tooth full of real human teeth now. Got me some other stuff. But the main thing that I showed off, and what's going to be the subject of today, because I am now streaming not in just chatting, but in food and drink, so we're going to be talking about at least 50% of that subject matter for the stream. We're going to be talking about prime hydration once more. Okay. This time, it's the strawberry watermelon flavor. Last stream, I did drink the blue raspberry flavor of it. And we're going to get into all that in just a second. But for those who missed out on the last stream, let me lay out the foundation of why we're at prime hydration energy drink. Okay. So again, a YouTuber released a video on YouTube about the Willy Wonkification of YouTube. Also, it's the same person who did James Corden Ruined My Life, that YouTuber. And until that point, until that video came out, I had never even heard of any of the hype surrounding the Prime Energy drink sensation that is affecting the youths these days. So after that, I'm like, okay, it's out there. And then a couple days later, I was out going grocery shopping, and I see it at the very top shelf of the energy drink section, and I got 2 cans. Last time I did the blue raspberry flavor, and this one's the strawberry watermelon flavor. They were both $2.50 each. I live in America, and this is very much a non-sponsored ad. I'm getting no money from any of the people involved in the production of this drink. Only my chat and audience support me. This is an independent, original review and opinion of a human being who is consuming the things that are in their realm of purchase. It's a free market. I'm allowed to buy what I want. I'm allowed to have what I want, and therefore I also have the right to be opinionated about said purchases that I make. So I decide I'm gonna get 2 cans of Prime. I'm gonna drink them. I drank one last time. Okay? I'm gonna drink this second one now. So let's delve into that, shall we? Before I even get into even more of the information of last stream. So again, this is what Prime looks like. It's reversed. Because again, if I have to look at myself on camera, you guys get to see what I see when I look back into the mirror. So there you go. You get to see me how I see myself. It's only fair. It's because I want to try the drink. Oh no! I did the accidental free advertising for a subpar energy drink. Anyways, again, what you always do, this is the cap kind, aluminum can, all that good stuff. And so you get the tab. You take that tab, you freaking wrench it off so it doesn't bang against your teeth and all that nonsense. I don't want it on the table because I don't want to get sticky, because that's actually a plush top on it. It's not a solid top like a piece of wood or something. It's got that spongy foam top. So let's try the strawberry watermelon prime hydration energy drink, shall we? It smells just like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, just like last time, how blue raspberry just smelled like blue raspberry candy. That's even sweeter than the blue raspberry. Oh, God. So again, 200 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugars. We're going to be getting to that. 300 milligrams of electrolytes, and it is vegan. Great, great. Carbs, there shouldn't be any carbs in here. Actually, total carbohydrates are 4 grams. Wow. I'm surprised. Well, I mean, if it's got electrolytes, it's got to have that. So it's got 50. Okay, so the whole calories. So serving size 12 fluid ounces. Amount per serving is 10 calories altogether. Total fat 0. Sodium's 55 because again electrolytes are salts. Total carbohydrates are 4. Total sugars are 0. 0 added sugars. 0 protein. Calcium is 55 milligrams. Potassium is 132.7 milligrams. Vitamin B6 is 2.55 milligrams. Vitamin B12 is 3.6 micrograms. And then magnesium is 56.3 milligrams. Actually, is that macrograms? Because that's 150%. What the hell? There's a lot of vitamin B. Yes, we're going to be getting to that in just a second. Don't you worry about it. And again, the ingredients are carbonated filtered water, coconut water from concentrate, citric acid, natural flavor, calcium lactate, magnesium citrate, potassium citrate, sodium citrate, caffeine, sucralose, potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, L-theanine, inositol, glucosamine, taurine, so instead of guarine, it's taurine in here, acifla, potassium, pyroxide hydrochlorine, so which is vitamin B6, and cinnamon, which is the vitamin B12. So same ingredients as the blue raspberry. And I was going to stream this earlier in the day, but a little background about the before I started the stream. So right now it is June 7th, 2023 at 4:39 in the morning. Canada's been on fire for several days, specifically Nova Scotia, but now Quebec is completely burning. So living in New York, the entire sky is just like nicotine tar colored yellow. And it just smells like a bonfire all over the place. So the air quality is at extreme high levels of don't breathe the air. And so it's blotting out the sun and it's cooling down everything. But it's just, so you can just look directly at the sun and see the sunspots. It's so just post-apocalyptic of that type of image. And it's like, man, California's on fire all the time. And like, people live like this? Like, why? But anyway, specifically around Quebec is burning. And the smoke's all coming down south, down towards the east coast. And New York's getting hit real hard. And today is actually supposed to be even worse during the day before it gets any better. So, I was going to stream this much earlier, but from all the smoke inhalation, kind of got sleepy, a little of the carbon monoxide overload, you know, that kind of stuff. And so I actually went to bed, got up at 2, still very sleepy. It's a good thing I got some caffeine to get myself going. This tastes like you just put a Jolly Rancher into a diet soda. This is a living hell. But, so, too long didn't read. Do I recommend Prime Energy drink? No. No, I don't. Because again, I drink coffee, and even when it comes to other energy drinks, you have better options. If you like diet sodas or candy, and you're above the age of 18, and that's your thing, you do you. But everyone else, I don't think that's pretty cash money Gucci fam. So no, I do not recommend Prime Energy drink. But let's go back to last stream, into the genesis of why this stream is around. Because you think, well, I already gave my opinion about the blue raspberry and how in the beginning because this was in the refrigerator, I just took it out, it's cold, it tastes like liquid candy, but as you leave it out, it becomes room temperature and just becomes so sugary sweet, and it's just completely unpleasant, especially for my palate, because I'm not a big candy person to begin with, or sugary stuff in general outside of like pastry. So desserts, donuts, ice creams. I like those types of sweets over chocolates, candies, that type of stuff. So that's what I prefer. So last stream, I thought about bringing this up towards the end, but I was so distracted with the monstrosities chat was requesting for me to draw that kind of like, I'm a bit too tired to handle this topic right now. Maybe I just don't need to bring it up. And then the next day, I got curious and I decided to start looking up other energy drinks because I was like, well, my Jolt cash is getting low. I'm gonna have to go out and get more of that. Jolt soda. I do like Jolt as an energy drink. But then I started to look into balls, and I researched where the hell Sobe's been, and apparently PepsiCo is just refusing to release it onto the public anymore, so F's in chat for Sobe. But then I looked up balls, and I'm like, wait, balls is a carbonated, high caffeinated energy drink. So it's pretty much a very energized soda, okay? But I love balls. That's one of my favorite drinks. Again, not sponsored. This is my personal opinion, my personal taste, if you would, in this food and drink review. So I was looking into it, and then I'm like, wait, now they're advertising Balls Zero, which means it's a diet version of the soda. And so, out of curiosity, I go look up the nutritional facts for balls, and normal balls has high corn fructose syrup because that's sugar, so it's the same thing as normal American-made Coca-Cola. It's a soda. It's going to use high fructose corn syrup over sugarcane because it's cheaper, and America has so much freaking corn it's not even funny, but it is still sugars. Balls Zero does not have high fructose corn. Here, let me read the ingredients of the Balls Zero right now. So a 10-ounce bottle of Balls Zero, which I have up on the screen for me to read. If you want to go, you can go to balls.com/sites/, and look up the zero. So nutritional facts is serving size 1 bottle. Ingredients. It has carbonated water, citric acid, potassium benzoate as a preservative, natural and artificial flavors, caffeine, sucralose, and acid flame potassium. That's 7 ingredients. And I'm like, wait a second. 2 of those ingredients sound real familiar because the day before I read off the blue raspberry prime can, and lo and behold, there's no corn fructose syrup because it's got 0 sugars. So, but it does share with Balls Zero is sucralose and acid flame potassium. Those are both artificial sweeteners, which are very common in diet-based beverages in order to replace actual sugars. Now, this is where I went from being like looking into buying energy drinks for myself to being like, wow, I really need to scream about this on Twitch TV to an audience like right now. And then a day went by, and then I'm like, I'm gonna do this at 4:40 in the morning, so we're doing it right now. So the reason why, seeing that it's advertised as 0 sugars, but it has the same ingredients as an energy drink, which is advertised mainly for an adult audience, and that it's basically a diet-free Coca-Cola with melted Jolly Ranchers in it, is by the end of last stream, I just could not figure out why it was getting so sickeningly sweet when there's 0 sugars. And it hit me in the back of my head during that stream. It was like, oh, this has to be like a diet soda. I hate diet soda so much. I just didn't say it out loud because, again, I was very distracted by what the requests were coming in from, and my brain was broken by chat. So, it stayed in the back of my mind, but once I had the confirmation from also seeing it in other diet drinks, specifically other diet energy drinks that are on the market, zero sugars, it really hits hard as to how badly this product really does target children. Because also, while looking into other energy drinks, I did look up Prime to see where it's sold. And that's when because I didn't really put two and two together when I watched the one video saying the Willow Walkification of YouTube, is that, yeah, it talked about Mr. Beast's chocolate bars and Logan Paul and KSI being so close to Prime energy drinks. I did not know that Prime Energy Hydration is a business owned by KSI and Logan Paul. I thought they were being sponsored like how G Fuel sponsors other things. No, this is KSI and Logan Paul's actual business together with each other. They own Prime Hydration, located in Louisville, Kentucky. I got so fucking mad. I just got so fucking mad at that revelation. Because, yes, I know Mr. Beast owns the Beast Burger franchise, because anything Mr. Beast. But I didn't, even with the chocolates, it's like, oh, did he just make a partnership with someone and they're just putting his logo on? Like, it's like a promotion type of thing, like when athletes do deals with soft drinks or fast food, and then you got like a LeBron James Whopper or something like that. It's like, yeah, of course the celebrity's gonna be making money off of this endorsement. That's the whole point. But this has gotten to the point where omega ultra large influencers are literally their brands, to the point where the product is not just themselves. It's so weird. It's such a blurred line of being like, oh, I, a normal human being, thought that two internet celebrities just took money to advertise this product, instead of them being like, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a mediocre energy drink, it highly hype it up and target it at children in a fucking frenzy campaign of, you better buy this, little Billy, do whatever you gotta do, take your mom's wallet and credit card information if you need to, because Logan Paul and KSI need your money right now. And there is zero line of this is the product, this is the YouTuber. They are the same thing. You are consuming Logan Paul every time you drink a Prime. This right here, I gave, of those 2 cans I bought for $5 total, I handed $5 of my money to Logan Paul and KSI, and I am legitimately pissed off about that. If I had known it was their product that they were profiting directly from, I would not have even bought these to review, but I don't want this in my fridge. This was taking up valuable space in my fridge. I'm drinking this now in a fit of rage until it becomes too gross, and then I'm pouring it down the sink. And you know what? Now that there's space in the fridge, I can jam that with beer, more coffee, things that are good for me, instead of this fucking garbage. So the fact that, like, you normally assume that, like, you see celebrity and they're sponsoring your product, they're the spokesperson, they're not the CEO. This is just like CSGO fucking gambling skins website all over again, where, oh my god, I can't believe the big time YouTubers are getting jackpots. Wow, you gotta try out fucking CSGOskinsites.com. Wow, it's the same fucking scam all over again. And the thing is, Logan Paul loves doing these fucking smash and grab rug pulls consistently. He just got done doing the NFT rug pull. He had multiple NFT fucking projects that he was doing. His fucking entire thing is about being as much of a scumbag as humanly possible towards a market of children. And the fact that this is a diet soda flavored like candy is severely causing me to have a mental breakdown. And we gotta go through this one at a time. But once I found out and did the research of comparing it to other energy drinks that are available for purchase, and finding out who the owners of the actual company are, let's break this down. Because I am going to wild the fuck out over this dumbass fucking drink. Alright? So, again, most people who are actively trying to find these prime energy drinks are children. My grocery store has an entire aisle dedicated to energy drinks, like most grocery stores do. Everyone wants energy drinks, everyone wants sugar, caffeine, everything like that. But they actually put these specifically at the top. So, like, the entire fucking, like, aisle is just nothing but default normal Red Bulls. And then at the tippy top is the Prime, so that little Billy can't get his little hands on it. But there's another energy drink, and I brought this up last time, called Ghost that I'm seeing a lot. And it's pretty much the same type of advertising campaign as the Prime. It's very colorful, it's very bold, it has... what is it? It's collaborating with the actual Starburst and Sour Patch Kids and the candy company so that they have legitimate candy taste. These are just flavored to taste like candy. The Ghost ones actually are endorsed by the candy industry. Never had it. I don't like the I'm not into flavored drinks like this at all. Like, again, I'm a coffee drinker because I'm a fucking adult. So, the reason why this energy drink being labeled as 0 sugars and being so bright and colorful and being so sweet to the taste is more nefarious than you just would pass that by at a moment's glance. It's like, oh, it's just another energy drink, it's 0 sugars, whatever. No, this is being targeted at kids. Now, everyone knows over-consuming of sugar is not ideal. That has its own health risk and long-term complications, higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes, affecting the heart, affecting everything else, affecting concentration, whole list of things. If you overdo it on sugar throughout your life, that becomes a domino effect later on as you get older. We all know that as society. They've already proven that fucking alternative sweeteners, aka artificial sweeteners, have other severe downfalls to consuming them in mass. People say, oh, well, if it's a diet drink and there's 0 sugars, you get rid of the sugars, then it must be... No, the chemicals used in order to make a diet beverage sweet tasting have their own downfalls. Those have already been linked to long-term heart disease, kidney disease, other problems. So just because there's no sugar in it doesn't make it better for you. If you have to replace one thing with another, and it's just another chemical that achieves the same thing, it's not any healthier for you. But the reason why they had to make this so sickeningly sweet and so aggressively anti-adult palate is because it's specifically targeting children. Children will not drink coffee. Children will drink Red Bulls to be cool, but they don't appreciate it. Like, they don't have the palate to like 48-hour energies or coffee or anything like that. But little Billy's definitely gonna keep coming back for another hit if it tastes like fucking Sour Patch Kids or Jolly Ranchers. And they know that. They don't care about the adults other than the scalpers who are going to resell them. We're going to get to that later on. Don't let me forget about scalpers. I'm going to type that in fucking all caps right now. Scalpers. So, I got... hold on. So the reason why... Oh, that was a big one. Okay. Okay, we're fine. We're over the hurdle. That was disgusting. So again, I'd like to point out that 200 milligrams of caffeine is the very first thing advertised on the side of the bottle with the bold graphic. The second one is 0 sugars. They're doing that on purpose. Because again, parents don't want their kids drinking nothing but sugars, and yet they still buy their kids nothing but sugars. And I as a kid who grew up in the 90s and thousands, yeah, all I did was drink fucking Coca-Colas until I moved on to, my old trusty Snapple, which I still drink. But again, I prefer, if I am going to drink sugary drinks, I don't like them carbonated as much, because as you can see, it just gets stuck right here and then it becomes a disgusting mess. So, yeah, I still drink sugary drinks. It's very hard to avoid while living in the United States of America. It's almost like it's ingrained into our culture or something. So, again, yes, I grew up on soda. I grew up on sugary drinks. I started using caffeinated drinks as a older teenager, young adult. And, I still drink coffee and heavily rely on caffeine as an adult. But, again, those are gradual stages to where you are compared to what I was as like a 10-year-old versus a 33-year-old, which I am currently right now. So I'm definitely adult. I'm the same age as many of these children's teachers in their schools, except they actually listen to me because I'm a cool kid on the internet and I'm not screaming at them about algebra. I win. So, I just, again, this is diabolically ingenious advertising. It's just 3 colors, it's bold, it's one word, it's easy to search, Google's gonna jam it right up to the top, little Billy knows what Prime is, his parents knows what Prime is, and then right off the bat, the parents get to see 0 sugars, and they're happy about that. They don't want little Billy to have nothing but sugars in their life. They conveniently ignore the caffeine part of this, which used to be a huge point when I was growing up as a kid. It's like, oh yeah, Coca-Cola has way too much caffeine, so the big thing of selling was non-caffeine Coca-Cola, which is even just as gross as Diet Coke. I'm not a fan of any of those monstrosities. If you're going to already drink the terrible thing, at least give me the full flavors. That's all I'm saying. People who drink decaf coffee, you're dead to me. What's the point? What is the point? I don't understand some people. But the 0 sugar is a major selling point to parents. Most adults already count their calories. They already know about all this stuff from decades and decades of post-millennium into the information, scientific evidence, and studies that we've done for the past 20, 30, 40 years to get to this point of understanding how nutrition works. But most parents just know too much sugar, bad for kids. Too much fat, bad for kids. Watch your carbs, watch your calories, all that. Just the basic, understandings of this equals bad, even though it's much more complex. Sugars are not inherently bad. It's just that an consumption of them can lead to problems down the line. Overconsumption of any one thing instead of having a balanced diet is bad. Most people have an individual-based diet that works for their bodies because everyone's unique, and you cannot eat yourself into immortality or beauty. Spoilers! Sorry about that. So yeah, and everyone has to live by how their body decides what's best for them. It's on an individual basis. Nutrition is just like a guide to help you get your way and see what works for you and to stick with it. But most people don't do that. Most people are not nutritionists. Most people are not involved in athletics or health or anything like that. I actually have a very valid reason for why I know so much about this stuff. Members of my family are indeed professional, athletic trainers and stuff like that. And so, I kind of picked that up as a child because I had no other choice. So either way, I very much know about this stuff from the inside out, about healthcare and everything else. But I myself am not a nutritionist nor a physical educator or trainer or anything like that, which is why I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty details or tell you any type of things you need to do. No advice. What I'm doing is I'm breaking down the selling point of this can, because when parents go past an aisle and they see Red Bull, They already know Red Bull's been associated with adults and selling to adults. It's like seeing beers. They're advertised to adults. And it's like, I don't want my kid drinking an energy drink that is clearly made for adults. But this bright colored, zeroed sugar, a little like cheap bottle of energy. Oh, well, little Billy says he saw that on his favorite YouTuber's channel. So, what's the harm in that? What could be harmed? There's 0 sugars. I would guarantee you that if you asked a parent, would you let your kid drink a full black large coffee at the age of 13, they would say no. Most people would agree that young children should not be drinking that type of drink at such an early age, which is just black coffee, which is just water, caffeine. All coffee is 0 calories, 0 sugars, caffeine, water. Not carbonated, no additives, no preservatives. Coffee is just the nectar of the gods. But it is severely for adults, because when children are developing, caffeine can affect how their bodies develop. There's studies responding to that. So if you told, like, say, a parent with a kid between the age of like 10 to 13, give them a large black coffee, they'd be like, no! Or you get away from me, you weirdo. Absolutely not. Kids are pounding these down in like 5 fucking seconds. This has so much added to it, so much fucking bullshit, just so that they can be used and abused by a couple multimillionaires, just so that they can pump and dump a scam. Because this Prime drink is not going to be around for more than 2 years at most. Because the beverage industry is so highly competitive for shelf space. This and frozen foods take up more space than anything else in a grocery store. You have to pay for that type of advertising. So what the Prime Hydration has to do is they have to go into these stores where they're being sold physically, not just off of their online site, which you can buy directly from too. Unfortunately, when I was doing my research, they were all currently sold out online. A shame. So they have to pay the retailers to sell this, to resell it, to upend it. So it probably costs them several pennies to mass produce one bottle of this. They pay whatever is percentage-wise or a flat rate fee to get this put on the shelves. And then the grocery stores and chains and convenience stores and beverage shops and vitamin stores, for some reason, they're all hawking this fucking trash. Then they make the rest of the profit off of this. So KSI and Logan Paul's company for this is basically being accelerated, hyper accelerated. They are just throwing money at a product in order to sell it as quick and cheap as possible before they stop doing this. This is not going to be around for a long term. You want to know why? I watch Shark Tank. I'm a professional at economics. If this was just some normal asshole who came up onto the Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary would laugh at them. I'm being Kevin O'Leary right now for you, so you don't have to look at Kevin O'Leary, because I've seen enough Kevin O'Leary to know what Kevin O'Leary would. So no one in their right fucking mind would invest into this beverage, even though it's selling like hotcakes, because it's a flash in the pan. It's a fad. It's not built for being long-term use. There is nothing to invest in. This is not a reliable drink to build an empire on. It's not owned by Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or any of the big players who are going to keep pumping money into this. This is just a couple of rich dudes deciding, hey, we're going to sell our merch, but in an extremely aggressive ad campaign that also fucks over our fans through scalpers. So, and also, if the fine investors on Shark Tank want to make their own shitty-ass, cheap-ass energy drink, they wouldn't want the competition either, because this is a highly competitive market. There's so many fucking different caffeinated things right now. That's why I can't find any Jolt Cola right now, because it's not the popular flavor, so I gotta go to like the Dollar General or some shit to pick that up because the main grocery stores won't carry it because they're being inflated artificially by pumping the market up with this fucking garbage. This is just like playing the stock markets. It's just like buying your own stock to artificially inflate the value, the price. This cost me $2.50. All right? People in other countries and in scalper, these things are being sold minimum at the best, if you don't want to get fucked over completely, like $25. But there are people selling entire cans for $100+. Who's buying these things? Who would benefit off of buying these things? Because if you think about it, like say like with Funko Pops, all right, this right here is a bootleg, but I do have the real one over there, but I'm not reaching all the way over there. So imagine this is the real Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Pop. They have limited time runs that are a couple of months. They make a certain quota of products and then they sell out of that and they move on to the next thing, the next product in the line in order to keep people consuming. That's a normal business, even though this one's bootleg. Don't think about it. But a business that is meant to be a scam or a con or, you know, limited edition. The reason why let's say Squishmallows, which I also collect for some goddamn stupid reason. Squishmallows are right now one of the highest sought after fad plushies on the market, and they inflate in value so hard. And they're also being artificially inflated in certain retailers. Like sometimes you can go to Best Buy or Target or Walmart and like a normal Squishmallow, like the one the size of this can is like between $5 or $8 like normal, but some other retailers sell the same one for like $30. And it's like, what the fuck is that? So the stores are already figuring out, hey, if scalpers can make a killing off of these outrageous number in price or increases on this artificial inflation, what's stopping us? Technically, there were laws in place to stop that from happening, but they don't get enforced too much by anyone these days. So the entire reason of why scalping is good for a prime energy drink such as Logan Paul and KSI's Prime Hydration is because since no one's watching, no one's looking where the figures are, they're already flexing their muscles by throwing money at the fire when it comes to retail. They also have the money of possibly having connections to then buy their own product and upsell them again to double dip into the profits. That's speculation. I can't prove that they're doing it, but maybe someone should look into it. It's not my job, but you know, also, common sense is a hell of a thing. Why else would a $2.50 product be selling for $100 fucking dollars? Who has the most to gain out of that little pyramid scheme, huh? Think about that. Because little Billy's definitely sending his parents into deep credit card debt for this fucking nonsense. Honest to God, just buy a Diet Coke and throw a Jolly Rancher in there. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. Except maybe a fucking 48-hour energy in there too. That's it. You just need 3 ingredients to achieve what this nonsense is. But it is vegan. You gotta think about the environment. See, that's the other thing is like, so you get the bullshit electrolytes to say like, yeah, this is healthy. Oh, it's vegan. It's gotta be healthy. No shit. Oh, this is super duper healthy. Nothing about this is fucking healthy. There's nothing fucking healthy about this fucking shitty artificially sweetened fucking bullshit. So I went down this goddamn rabbit hole and I'm just getting angrier and angrier because again, the whole adpocalypse that started with Fire Island where fucking, what was it, Kylie Jenner was Instagramming being like, oh, see you at Fire Island without disclosing she was paid $100,000 to make the Instagram post. I have, in the past, like, year and a half, I think since COVID started, it's been really laxing on actually enforcing hashtag ads on things that are clearly ads, because more influencers are realizing, well, if I have a product line myself, regardless of the quality or the long-term investment of said product, then I don't have to say it's an ad because it technically is my thing, even though it's an ad read. Just like if I was to sell like stickers, like this. I made this is mine, but I would have to say, yeah, it's my merch. It is my merch. I'm profiting off of it. But they're treating entire multi-million-dollar separate industries, which are branches off of their LLCs and copyrights, as just being, LOL, I have this merch, you should check it out, support me now. A sticker is not a multi-million-dollar fucking beverage drink that is being used to prey off of children, and yet, somehow, this one's legal to do now. It's crazy. It's fucking wild how fast they're doing this stuff. Now that NFTs and cryptos are going down the drain, they still have to get money somehow fast and without any type of effort put into it. And so they're just gonna keep doing scumbaggy things. I mean, Mr. Beast chocolate bars, I didn't research into any of that, but odds are it's cheap fucking chocolates, just like how the Beast burgers, just if you have a kitchen and you want to apply for the license without any training, you can technically sell those things on, DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub. Eddie Burbank did a whole thing on the ghost kitchen things, and it's the same thing. It's not about quality. It's not about being long-lasting. It's about taking advantage of people and taking their money before they have a second chance to think about it. It's about fucking razzle-dazzle, sleight of hand, distractions, and smash and grabs. That's all this is. This is $2.50 to get out of Little Billy at minimum. And people are fighting over these fucking things. It's not worth it. It's really not. And the fact that they can get away with tricking parents into saying, yeah, your kids need this product because their other peers also watch the same influencers and they have to fit in with their peers on a societal level in order to be, accepted. Again, there was the whole thing when Fortnite was coming out with the fucking skins where kids were getting bullied because they were default skin, which meant they were poor, and therefore children, again, are humans who do not have empathy developed, just like Logan Paul. Would you allow a 5-year-old to make multi-million-dollar choices? No, because that'd be irresponsible. And yet Logan Paul still is allowed to Logan Paul. I don't understand how people can get more upset about Logan Paul encasing fucking Game Boys into resin compared to his NFT fucking scams, this fucking bullshit, the Suicide Forest he's been able to get away with. I haven't even been recommended a PewDiePie video in years, and I'm subscribed to him. I don't even know what the fuck Felix is up to these days. He's been banished by YouTube because of the things around him being considered too far gone. But I guess Logan Paul's redeemed himself from the Suicide Forest and, just being a shitbag everywhere else. So it's like, oh, it's funny how they managed to, be lenient on their enforcement of the terms of services depending on who it is, even though they're both at the same pedestal of what they did almost, and yet one gets special or treatment. It's, justice is blind. So, the fact that influencers are their brands and have merch, that is considered part of the job. Is you have your views, you have your community, but then you also sell stuff so that people can feel like, hey, I also am a part of this community, I can showcase, the stuff and enjoy the things that I also enjoy. That's a parasocial relationship, okay? But it's getting to the point, again, where the line between endorsement and person and product and brand are just fucking gone. They're not putting the hashtag ads, even though they're promotional. It's definitely, I would say, on the same level as insider trading, or trading, not training, insider trading. Why do I keep saying trading? Insider trading, artificially inflating your profits for maximum results at scumbaggiest things. And it's just like, they're getting this stuff out faster than the legal system can catch up to them. And then once they have like 20 lawsuits piled on to them at the same time, they're gonna have more money than God to just fucking let that stuff ride out into the sunset. Because that's how the legal system works. You win if you have enough money. For God's sakes, this entire state of California is still suing Blizzard Activision for all of the fucking sexual harassment that happened, and yet nothing has been done to stop Microsoft from trying to throw billions of dollars at that company to keep it afloat. Like, that, what the shit? But the main thing that started this entire little rant, this I had to get off my chest thing, is the fact that this is targeting kids. Again, if this was just advertised as an energy drink to get fans to support you, and it was targeted at adults, I'd have no problem with that. If this was treated like an adult beverage, which it is, I'd have no problem with that. Because the thing is, when these assholes target adult products towards kids, everyone else, besides the idiots who fucking pull these schemes, get fucking punished for it. Again, the vaping industry had to target kids with Juuls and flavored vapes because they couldn't resist the greed of going after children with an addictive product, even though adults could finally enjoy nicotine without the risk of high-end cancers through fucking cigarettes. But they had to go after the kids. As soon as you start going after the kids with adult-based products, you're fucking over the adults who enjoy them, who've earned the right and understand the risk and take on the responsibility to then use their own common sense to treat a situation. If people become addicts, that happens. If people enjoy that responsibility, that happens. That's called fucking free will. Okay? And then when you have to have more and more fucking hyper-focused fucking goddamn rules around something, it doesn't solve the problem. It just makes it harder for people to actually live their lives, and yet the people with money just get to skirt around the laws. It's just fucking infuriating. Again, I drink a lot of caffeine. I also drink a lot of coffee instead of energy drinks. I usually avoid energy drinks because I know there is sugar, there is other additives to it. It's usually carbonated. I just drink black coffee, and I add no sugars to it except for any sugar that might be in either almond or oat milk. That's it. Because here's the story. So, I know I talked about it way back then when I started doing these videos, but it's been a long time since I talked about this. So, when I was in college, so between the years of 2007 and 2011, while I was at school in the middle of Philadelphia, I pretty much drank 20 pounds of excess fat over those 4 years through Starbucks. Now, again, yes, I was aware of everything that was in the drink. I was drinking nothing but large frappes, so it's basically just sugar coffee at that point. And yeah, I can't blame Starbucks for my decisions. I knew what I was getting into. I was just miserable and just hated the whole college experience to begin with, so I just, kind of ate my feelings sort of thing to get by. So I was just constantly hopped up on caffeine, sugars, and fats from the whipped creams that would also be added to it. So in 4 years, I was at my heaviest point at 150 pounds. I'm 5'6". My normal weight, which my body is right now, and it usually tends to be, is about 130 pounds, give or take. But my body is specifically designed for 130 pounds. So over those 4 years, I was just absolutely miserable. And I wasn't eating healthy. I wasn't drinking healthy. I drank 20 pounds through sugars and fats. It was from Starbucks, but it could have also been, if it wasn't Starbucks, I would have gone to any other chain to do the same thing. That's just what fast food does. It's not healthier. It's nothing like it. It's sugar is sugar. If you drink fucking 30 grams of sugar every 5 minutes, that's 30 fucking grams of sugar regardless of how you describe it. So, in those 4 years, drank all that weight. The very moment I graduated from college, I haven't been back to a Starbucks since. I avoid chain foods like fucking crazy. Because again, when I was in Philly and I was bogged down with schoolwork and I couldn't, I was grinding 18 to 20 hour weeks of classes, I wasn't really enjoying the actual neighborhoods or the local cuisine that Philadelphia had to provide. And dear God, Philadelphia is one of the best food meccas on the East Coast. Chinatown alone is just worth it. Dear God, I miss Philadelphia so badly just for the food. So once I graduated, I was finally free. I didn't have the responsibilities of fucking professors and all that kind of bullshit and dumbass deadlines. And I didn't have to pay those assholes to be assholes at me anymore. So I finally started to be like, hey, I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to start doing what I know I can do. I have the time now. I can be in a healthier place, both mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever you have. So as soon as I graduated, for 3 months straight, I went on to my workout regime that I still use to this day. I lost that 20 pounds in 3 months. Boom. Done like that. Got it off. Haven't put it back on since. Refused to. Now, that was my personal goal. Everyone has different personal goals, but that's my own personal story that I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, it is very easy to get caught up in life and the grand scheme of things. And even when I do work IRL and I have, normie hour jobs and stuff like that every now and then, yeah, sometimes I take shortcuts from what I would usually do if I had the time, because you gotta get to work, you have to get to the grind. So people who do have to work or are overworked by trying to pay bills and have a living and sustainable life to take care of themselves and anyone else under their charge, tend to cut corners because of cost, time, and there's only so many hours in the day, and you get pushed to the breaking point. That's how our society is built. It's terrible, but that is the reality. So I can understand when people have to do what they have to do to survive. I'm not passing judgment on anyone who does like that. You have to do what you have to do to survive. So imagine, say, a single mother working 2 jobs, all of a sudden has to do whatever she has to do, has, maybe 2 kids, and the eldest or the youngest or something like that, it bothers her for their energy drink. She's not going to do research into it. That's who they're preying on. They're not preying on anyone who can do research or have the time or the support to, not support, fucking, what's the word? I'm very tired, and this is tasting like shit. Resources, which I have plenty of, because I'm also a fucking streamer, okay? So I had the time to just be like, I'm gonna look up the stuff, I'm gonna do the research, I'm gonna look into it, and lo and behold, it pissed me off. And now I can make the stream for people to also see why it pissed me off. Most people can't do that. I am in a very unique situation where I can. And they know this. They know the vast majority of people are too distracted with actually living their lives and getting by to actually give a shit about the small things, and therefore they siphon off of other people like fucking leeches and parasites, and by the time you actually, realize, I just got boozled, they're already gone. It's boozle o'clock. Hey, capacity. Yeah, capacity also works with resources. Sometimes, it's just the brain fog, the dementia's really setting in. It's just, just being an old man sometimes. My bones, freaking bones, Just humor Grandpa for a little bit longer, okay? just, God damn it. Kids these days with their fucking sugar drinks. Actually, it's not a sugar drink, is it? It's fucking, stevia or some bullshit. Oh, God, it's so sweet. It's disgusting. So again, the vast majority of people don't have the resources to do research because they're not expected to. That's the same thing that Eddie Burbank showcased with the ghost kitchens, is you don't expect a franchise sold to you as this to be 14 different restaurants all made by the same cook, But again, there's no laws preventing ghost kitchens the way they are now. There's this all brand new stuff happening all at once, and you can only take down one scheme at a time before the law can catch up with it. They just squeak through the fucking cracks. So their hustle is about fucking over as many people as possible to make as much money as possible, because they already had the fucking money, so they can get away with this at a larger scale, and then they can go fuck themselves in their shitty fucking drink. Good morning, Sparky. I did wake up from I took an old man nap, and now we're here. Yeah, the Morning Star, the past hour and 10 minutes has been dedicated to why you really should not let your kid drink this. That zero sugar right there is a fucking lie. It's all artificial sweeteners, which have their own health problems associated. This is still 200 milligrams of caffeine into it. And again, like I was saying earlier, if you were to say you had like a 10-year-old kid and an adult offered them a full glass of black piping hot coffee, you would say, no, get that shit away from my kid. This is even worse than just a cup of coffee, by every stretch of the meaning. So again, they're just trying, it's a fucking parlor trick. It's a magic trick. It's a fucking shitty ass wizard on the street doing 3-card Monty, but your kid's health and your fucking wallet is being pilfered instead of just getting scammed out of $5 because the ball was never there to begin with. It's just the same. I'm just so sick and tired of this bullshit. Because when people actually want to do something legitimate and offer things to people without any ill intentions, you have to show a side of caution no matter what to the thing, and the people who don't are therefore easier marks to be scammed in the future. And it's just like, it'd be nice if there was some type of, I don't know, just regulations that affected grand scheme operations, instead of just constantly going after the little guys who weren't the problems to begin with. But yeah, so when it comes to influencer based, I would say consumables at this point, I would just treat it as if they were advertising the product to an adult. If you as an adult saw this and took a second look like, hey, this doesn't feel right, this is definitely not right for kids. Absolutely not. No. But they're going to keep targeting kids because kids can be peer pressured. They're children. They don't have the experience in life to understand what's right or wrong yet. They don't have empathy. They don't have experience. And yet Logan Paul is a grown-ass man who acts like a fucking child and somehow keeps getting fucking money for it. But yeah, the fact that I found out that Prime is actually owned by Logan Paul and KSI, it was just like, man, this just got so much worse. This really, I'm taking this personally. I'm just taking it fucking personally. Oh, but yeah, these are disgusting. Again, my recommendations for what I prefer when it comes to energy drinks that aren't just coffee is I like Balls, I like Jolt. They're just caffeinated energy drink sodas. I like them, and they're not flavored. Except for Balls root beer, that one's good. That one's real good. Again, not sponsored, and in fact, I'm the one that got boozled because I gave $5 directly to Logan Paul and KSI, and that really pisses me off. That's the part that really fucking pisses me off. Ugh. Yep, so Logan Paul and KSI are not the spokesman for this, they own it. This is just like CSGO Skin Velato all over again, where all of a sudden the influencers were the ones who actually own the goddamn fucking product. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same fucking thing. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. It's not raining. You're pissing on my leg. I'm so tired of this shit. Oh. Yeah, that's what I had to cover. So I had to cover the research I did, the obvious scam, pump and dump action that's going on, and the reselling through artificial prices. It's just ridiculous. That pie. Is that a dead body, guys? Man, Julia Childs never went to the Japanese suicide force. It's true. She never did. She never did. Ugh. So, also, again, I want to remind everybody that I did buy Ninjas Get Good, and this was in the children's sections of Barnes & Nobles back in the day when I bought it. That these scams aren't going anywhere, but you need to be aware of when they're happening. And they're happening all the fucking time because no one's stopping them. No one is telling these people enough is enough. And they keep getting away with it. Even if they get, penalized, what, Kylie Jenner was told, oh no, you have to tell people when you're advertising a scam like Fire Festival, and she got, $5,000, slap on the wrist, and she's a multimillionaire, and it's like, oh, cool, that really taught her a fucking lesson, huh? It's like, Jesus Christ. You can't make this shit up. You really can't. That's the worst part. This isn't fiction that we're living in. This is the right now. This is the current. This is the norm. And it's just so fucking stupid. So yes, I found the prime cans at the grocery store. I bought 2 of them. Blue raspberry, watermelon, strawberry lemonade or whatever. No, yeah, strawberry or watermelon. They both taste exactly like that, and they're still fucking disgusting. I'm trying to imagine or remember anything else that I wanted to cover, because I don't want to talk about this anymore. Last stream, it came to the back of my head, my mind, thinking oh, this is just like a Diet Coke, except it's even shittier because now it tastes like a Jolly Rancher melted. And I didn't say any of that because it's just whatever. I've just, but as soon as I started looking up shit, it's just man. So if you do have the time and patience to look up things before you can buy them and do the research, always do that. But also, trust your gut feeling if something seems too good to be true, especially if it's overhyped and they're telling you buy it now. There's a real fear of missing out, the FOMO. That's not good. If people are telling you do this now, don't think about it. If anyone encourages you not to use logic or reason, they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. I'm a New Yorker. I know how this shit works. Take it from me, as someone who's dealt with this bullshit her entire fucking life, and who knows far too well a bunch of scumbags who would definitely be behind these types of endeavors. Take my word for it. Don't trust those fuckers with an inch. They can't be trusted to fucking just breathe oxygen without coming up with some way to ruin it for everybody else, okay? They're all just a bunch of fucking assholes. If someone is just an asshole, regardless of how charming they might be, or how fucking aggressive in their sales pitch they are, don't fall for it. You can walk away. Dude, just the fact that even on a video covering the YouTubers' brands, it didn't even come across my mind that Prime was Logan Paul and KSI's business because it wasn't directly stated to me. I just thought they were being endorsed like G Fuel endorses people. G Fuel's a business that then goes out and hires people to be sponsored by them. KSI and Logan Paul are owning this and pumping it out at fucking record pace speed to inflate their margins before they shut it all down. It's like a pop-up market, except little Billy's gonna get diabetes. Okay? I hate this. I fucking hate this. I really do. Fuck this. This is disgusting. I'm drinking like a diet fucking energy drink. I'm not feeling very energized. I'm just feeling angry. I'm trying to think of anything else to cover about this that hasn't been said. But to be honest, everything that I usually talk about when it comes to scams or cons or anything like that just applies to this. Again, the idea of Logan Paul and KSI asking people that they know to artificially buy their products in order to pump them, That's just speculation. But if anyone wants to look into that, like, I don't know, the IRS or something, hey, whatever. FDA, it's fine, whatever. It's just, all they did was they just took a fucking 48-hour energy drink, a can of Diet Coke, and they just put salt into it. And that's this. That's all this is. This is just branded bullshit. This is bullshit in a fucking can. It is not worth your time or efforts, and I've become stupider as a person from being exposed to this. How long has Prime Energy Drink been out for? That's the one part of the research I haven't looked into. How long has this drink been around for? How many months? It is now June 7th, 2023. When did they first start advertising this? If anyone wants to look that up. Because odds are, this will be gone by the end of the year. That's my prediction. If not, by the end of this year, definitely by 2024. Just like how NFTs stayed around for like 2 years too long. I feel like because of the COVID pandemic and lockdowns and just halting the economy, like so many of these things are just getting to fester and stay around longer than they need to. Like, for example, during the pandemic, restaurants and bars were able to sell mixed cocktails as long as they were in closed containers that proved that they weren't being drank inside of cars to customers. So I could get a cocktail and support a bar that I like during the pandemic because I physically couldn't go there, so I could get a meal and a drink. And guess what? Auto accidents from DUIs didn't go up because people, even if they went to the restaurant to pick it up instead of having it delivered, weren't just popping open like a fucking Manhattan Dry and just downing it behind their car. Because guess what? Most adults don't do that. Most adults aren't fucking dumbasses. It's almost like you can be trusted to not be a dumbass because your intent wasn't to be a dumbass to begin with. So it proved that you can order alcohol to go and be responsible with it. But as soon as you could go back into the restaurants and actually eat at the establishment, New York shut down the fucking delivery part for mixed cocktails instantly. Even though adults proved that they can be trusted to not be absolutely raging monstrosities on the road because people already weren't going to do that to begin with. They want a meal, they want a drink, they're going to do that where they're going to eat their food and drink. And yet you can still drive to a bar, get hammered, and run over people regardless. But because it's a mixed drink and technically in an open container, that means people are just double fisting them down while behind the wheel. No, they were not, they will not. And now businesses just lost another aspect of revenue, even though adults proved they could be trusted. But guess what? New York wants a cut of that, so they just, well, we can charge more for liquor licenses and taxes through in-person sales, so let's cut that fucking shit out of here. So it's all about the money when it boils down to it. If something's going to make someone higher up on the food chain than you more money, then it'll be allowed. If it fucks them over and they don't get a piece of the pie, it's going to get cut out real fast. It's called trimming the fat. By drunk crashers is such a shame. Yeah. So, again, during the pandemic, most people proved that they can be trusted to do things reasonably. It's just a loud vocal minority of people who want to just be upset about anything can do whatever the fuck they want in order to just bitch and moan, and then we've just gotten so dumb, and we're getting so fucking numb to these types of things that it becomes common. This fucking Prime Energy drink is just one of many scams. I've probably been walking past that in the energy aisle for months without giving it a second look, and this is just such a scumbag thing that isn't advertised to me, an adult, because it's being advertised to kids. I knew nothing about this, because there's no kids in my life, and I don't watch that fucking content at all. So it blended in. It was camouflaged, and it kept targeting the victims it wanted to fucking come here to seduce. If that's not fucking terrifying to you, I don't know what the fuck is, because this is a real thing in our reality. And it's so benign and yet so diabolically ingenious, it's pretty fucking terrifying. Why am I still drinking this? Right, that's the thing of monsters being hidden in plain sight. Is like, you just walk past it every day, you don't give it a second thought until something finally disastrous happens. Like, I can't believe I never saw that coming. I never saw it coming because I had no idea about Prime until I finally got educated about the situation. And it's like, holy shit, this is fucked up. This is really fucked up. Like, I'm already not a fan of the Mass G Fuel sponsorships just because it's fucking shit. But I also acknowledge that people have the right to be sponsored by whoever the fuck they want. You want to take money from fucking Raid Shadow Legends? Have at you. You just made your money back. You want to fucking shell out for Freshy Sites? Or not fucking... What's the thing? What's the fresh box for the fucking food subscription? HelloFresh. If you want to sell out to any of those things, so be it. And then your brand is now associated with being for that. If you want to do like Keeps or anything, like, if you want to take the money, so be it. But you also have to accept the fact that if your audience then trusts you as a spokesperson for said product, then you're going to start becoming associated with the project, and the line is not going to be blurred anymore, and then you are that. That's your identity is a fucking shitty ass energy drink. And it's just like, G Fuel blue flavor is tasty. It's HelloFresh is the current one now. Well, there's always been but HelloFresh is all over the fucking place. Do you know how many because I use Stream Elements, how many sponsorships I get offered to play Raid Shadow Legends, Star Trek Online, talk about HelloFresh, all that kind of stuff. But the whole fucking... Because it's also preys upon the influencer. Because you only get paid if people use your specific link to buy and download the product. And if they decide to buy or download the product after clicking your thing but clicking off to another, you don't get added to it. So they can use you as free advertisement in order to get money and have an excuse not to pay out the content creators. That's a big thing for streamers and influencers and all that stuff, is the smaller channels being abused and not having actual written contracts with the companies and just being used as free advertisement without being paid the money that they're actually owed for sponsorship. So for those of you who are actually influencers or online personalities or all that kind of stuff, always have an actual contract with a sponsorship to make sure you get paid. Otherwise, you will be used and abused just like everyone else, because that's... Welcome to capitalism. So no, I don't think I will be taking any of those sponsorship requests, Stream Elements, but yeah, keep throwing that, just keep flooding my fucking inbox with that shit. Boy, oh boy, I love going through like 80 of those a fucking day. It's so obnoxious. It's just constant bombardment of overstimulated fucking pop culture and just peer pressuring and shit like this. It's like being on a fucking schoolyard when you're in your like 30s. I don't want any of this shit. It's just disgusting. I just want to like play video games and talk about stuff, bruh. She just like me, for real. God. This thing fucking sucks. It's getting gross now. Ugh. I'm also... So I bought the blue raspberry and now the strawberry watermelon. And yes, I do keep cans after I clean them out and making sure they're cleaned out. That's why I'm drinking this now, so it's not in my fridge. I don't want this in my fucking fridge. This is taking up valuable space in my fridge for things like alcohol and food. Those highly outrank this fucking garbage. I'm getting it out of my fridge. It can go on top of my fridge with other bottles that are nice to look at, because it's very nice. And also, you gotta not forget about the sins of the past so that they don't repeat themselves in the future. So now I know I got boozled for $5, and these are going to remind me not to get boozled again. And if I do get boozled again, I shall bring upon my wrath once more in the form of talking to strangers on the internet. That's the most I can do. Happy awareness. Disgusting. Ugh. It's such a bad aftertaste. It's so artificial. Brum is how it reads. Good. I don't recommend brum either. But yes, still trying to think of if there's any detail I'm trying to not forget, because again, I'm in a blinded fit of rage. It is now almost 6 in the morning. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. Just angry in general. The sky is just on fire. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'd rather just inhale the burning fumes of Quebec versus putting this in my body, and yet, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. God, don't people just like shotgun this thing too? So unpleasant. Again, this is coming from someone who thinks that eating these types of things is fun, a fun sport to be had, for joy and amusement. Not sponsored, by the way. Again, I chose to do this to myself. That's the problem. Is like, again, the whole concept of having the free choice to do things that you enjoy starts getting picked apart by whether or not it's morally right anymore because of who it's associated with, and you become exhausted and defeated before you even do the thing, so you don't even bother, like, it being like, well, I could try this, but maybe not, so you're already defeated, and then you just don't do anything. So, the main lesson is advertise adult products to adults. Let's see, that seems like a good thing. That seems like a good rule of thumb. Make sure that what you're advertising is clearly marked as advertising, because again, even after a video documenting the fact that these YouTubers and influencers are getting away with selling these things directly again, you think that their hands are clean. They're not the ones doing it. They're not the company behind it. They're just no, their hands are so dirty with all the evidence. It's just CSGO Lotto skins all over. I can't believe it. I can't believe that this is the fucking beverage of CSGO Lotto skins. I paid $5 for this shit. Monster Ultras a day. He can't keep getting away with it. That's the thing, is like, again, Monster was always sweet and had flavors to it, but it was always associated with adults. Red Bull's associated with adults. Coffee's associated with adults. Alcohol's associated with adults. Here, right now, this is a bobfleadip prediction in the future, okay? This is my foreseeable future as to what could happen next with another trend. So, if the influencers are already going after kids with high-octane, caffeinated energy drinks, you want to know what would be the ultra Chad move for these dipshits to try to pull off? Is if they want to go for the healthy alternative way of getting energy that is totally healthy for you and definitely made for children. I want KSI and Logan Paul's next adventure to go into kombucha. You know, the highly fermented drink that is just this close from being alcohol, but not quite. If these motherfuckers ever start doing kombucha towards kids, that's it. That's game over. That's checkmate. That's fucking Uno, Bazinga, Yahtzee, Jenga. They will have targeted kids in every adult beverage situation, including bootleg moonshine. And I have a feeling there will be a kombucha thing, because guess what? It's keto friendly. It's healthy because it's fermented and promotes good gut health. It's got probiotics, electrolytes, and alcohol. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling out Logan Paul doing a kombucha scam. I'm doing it. Fucking put it on the bingo card. I want my Yahtzee. Bazanga. Kombucha? I hate it. I might remind everybody, Gert. Anything fermented I don't like when it comes to, like, sauerkrauts. I don't like kimchi. I don't like kombucha. Just stop it. But the thing is, like, if people want to drink kombucha, and I know someone right now who drinks kombucha. I know someone right now who drinks kombucha. They will pay for their sins anyways. Hate that shit, but again, if you want to make the decision that you want to drink the fucking moldy ass mother phlegm beverage of your choice, so be it. But they're gonna advertise kombucha for kids. Don't worry about it. It is definitely under the most strict regulated guidelines for being human consumable, and not at all just rotting, moldy fucking apple juice that is 90% ethanol. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Nothing like some good old Gert. I'm calling it right now. The Logan Paul Keto Kombucha pyramid scheme. I'm calling it. That's on the bingo card, okay? I'm calling it. Someone's going to do a kombucha scheme towards kids. It's gonna happen. It's the final... It's the final piece to the fucking Exodia puzzle. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. I'm calling it kombucha. Kombucha was popular about 10 years ago when it first started hitting the Western culture for being popular, but it's also been in the health circles, and they do sell it at health stores and stuff like that. Logan Paul's gonna do it. He's gonna sell kombucha to kids, and it's gonna be like 90% liquor. It's gonna be fine. It's just gonna be pure fucking moonshine. But little Billy gets his probiotics. Yes! Yes, little Billy finally has his probiotics, and that's what truly counts. Oh my God. It's just so stupid that I can't see it not happening. Yep. 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 Anyways, I think I covered it all. I think, yeah, the kombucha one I definitely wanted to bring up. I'm just really trying to go through my mind at 1,000,000 miles per hour to just see if I zoom past any details, because again, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't ever want this fucking cursed goddamn piece of shit in my life ever again. After this, it's done. It's fucking done. We're sober. Exactly. But yeah, just use common sense. If something just doesn't feel right, look into it or just avoid it. Just don't give these assholes any more fucking money. It's true. And the thing is like, the worst part is when these fuckers abuse the system in order to make fast money, is like, they could have just made a legitimate business and, like, been successful and actually put work into said product and devote their whole time to it and actually have a company that's worth its damn and has integrity. But that doesn't make you a millionaire every time. It might make you a happy human being that is successful in their own ways in your own right, and you could actually, you know, experience life and help people also be happy, but it's never enough. When greed gets to the point where being successful isn't enough, you've gone too far. You're too lost in the sauce, and you will never be able to satiate that fucking dragon. It's never gonna go away. And so many of these people have been suckered into that state of addiction when it comes to being having the most, even though they already have everything, but they can't enjoy it. It's a curse unto the rich. Oh, feel pity for... No. No. Absolutely, I feel zero pity for those people. They're miserable assholes, and they're trying to take everyone else down with them. So do not support them. If people are that fucking or that much of a fucking monster or an absolute fucking degenerate, just keep them out of your lives. It's the best advice I can give you. Because they will try to drag you down as they sink into the bog. And you know what? They get what they deserve. If they want to destroy their lives in such a way, so be it. But they don't need to take everyone else with them. It's just never fucking enough. It isn't. It's unbelievable to think that you could have everything and it's just not fucking enough. You know what I got? I got a 3-year-old kitty cat. She's pretty cool. She's basically a tiny dog. She wants to go outside, but it's too smoky out, and I don't want my cat to be a smoked ham. But then she starts biting me, and I have to tell her, no, Puddin', no. And then she gets freaking mad at me, and she's just going, let me outside, I want to go bark at the dogs. The other day, before the fires hit, Puddin' was sitting on the screened-in back deck, and the squirrel decided to really have a giant pair of fucking rodent balls. And so she's perched right here, and then there's the screen, and then the squirrel got this far away and it's just going, and she's just this one piece of metal mesh is separating this small rodent, fucking stuffing its face from instant death. And that fucking squirrel looked her in the eyes and said, I win. And she is mad. She's very mad. This is why she can't be outside unsupervised, because she would just be a menace to society. That dumb fucking cat would chase a squirrel into a fucking road with cars and live traffic. It's like, Puddin', stop it. Just stop it. She can't be trusted. She has to be a house cat. She can't be fucking trusted. The little fucking monster. I love her very much. She's the best. So Puddin's pretty cool to have in one's life. I highly recommend having something like that in your life to keep you happy, grounded, and, fulfilled as a human being. It's pretty nice. Fucking Logan Paul. Just goddamn it. Just fucking goddamn it. Jesus Christ. I'm so tired of this shit. I am legitimately trying. I'm getting down to the final countdown. The next 10 minutes. If whatever I wanted to say does not come to my mind, then I've said my piece and I'm moving on. But I pretty much, I had to get the kombucha in. But I'm so fucking stupid by association to this dumbass scheme that it's like whiplash. It's a drive-by whiplash. This is like, oh god, I'm so gassy now. This is like how, when Activision Blizzard tried to say, of course, Overwatch is the best esports that's ever been esports in the history of esports because they said so, and they tricked everybody into buying their teams for $10 to $20 million, and then even Comcast is like, whoa, this pyramid scheme is fucking me over way too much. I gotta get out. When Comcast doesn't want to be a part of a pyramid scheme, you done fucked up. And it's just like, keep getting away with it. Except Overwatch 2 is officially dead. It's just a corpse on strings now. It's been one of the most beautiful fucking pieces of shit to go down in all of history. And watching that has been so painful, yet such a schadenfreude. Beautiful. But the fact that if Bobby Kotick does get fired from that company, he's automatically given $250 million, $250 million to be a failure. I love this reality we live in. You can be an absolute fucking piece of shit dumbass and still make a profit. Yeah. This is all because of a can of fucking energy drink. This is what this stream's been about, and I'm just going woo woo bye bye. The longer I'm on, I got this camera rolling. Just woo woo bye bye. It's gone. Sandy out the fucking window. Why am I drinking this? It's because it's right here. I had the Snapple right there, and this is actually gonna make me like sick or some shit. It's getting way too sweet. Oh god, I hate diet drinks so much because of that artificial sweetener bullshit. It's disgusting. Nothing. This is like licking fucking phosphorus off of something. It's just ugh. Nothing like having some radiation in your diet. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Listen, as long as it's the most organic lead node man, I don't mind if it's in my drink. Okay, it's gotta be at least organic and keto friendly. All right, that's what counts. No carbs, no calories, just organic. All right. I want the finest organic lead one can consume, okay? The best. I only want the best. Grow big and strong. It's true. The sun is nothing but a... The sun is a mass of incandescent gas, a gigantic nuclear explosion. It's fine. Hold on. I'm gonna Google this real quick. Because I do have this open. Google. When did Prime Hydration launch in America? Logan Paul and KSI launched Prime Hydration in early 2022, becoming business partners. That was, oh my god. Oh, there's a whole Wikipedia fucking article on it. Nice. Sue! Introduced January 4th, 2022. The same time they started using the dumbass fucking NFT scams. Yeah, this is gonna be on its last legs. So it's been around for a full year. I say at the latest it'll be around until 2024, and then they'll pull the rug completely. Social media promotion. Also see influencer marketing and hype marketing. Oh, wow. Sponsorships, reception, regulatory approvals, and legal status. Okay. Across South Africa, schools have begun banning the drink due to health concerns over high caffeine content. Yeah. Yup. Gordon Ramsay reviewed the drink on Heart Radio, describing it as like swallowing perfume and giving it a 0 out of 10. At least Gordon can be still on his peak performance, except now he's getting his own fucking Mr. Entrepreneur spin-off show where a bunch of people in the food industry have to make sales pitches to Gordon Ramsay so he can fucking invest in their companies, and it's a reality competition TV show. It's just like, oh my god, just make it stop. Make it stop. This is my life now. Nice. You got peer pressured hard. You got boozled hard there, Sparky. Not as boozled hard as me. This is pretty boozled. So this fucking drink's been out for over a year, and I haven't heard about it for an entire year. I've probably been walking past it in the grocery store for an entire year. Never paid any mind to it. Never thought about it. Didn't give a fuck about it. And yet, how many kids have bought this within a year's time? How many kids went after this? How many scalpers upsold this fucking thing that is worthless and is literally has zero value at all? How much money was made off of this? How much? What's the profits? What's the net value? Remember when former President Donald Trump had his own reality series, The Apprentice? We have sinned as a society. Yeah, this is kept on the top shelf. This is not within easy reach of kids, but that ghost fucking energy drink is all over the place. I've noticed that one because it's being aggressively advertised towards me, so it's like, wow, I guess the candy industry can out fucking muscle Logan Paul and KSI. They got candy money, bitches. Thank you very much. That's true. And former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, he's back in the running race for president. He's not giving up, Sparky. He's not. You did this. You did this by summoning the Swole Seagull Anthro, eating a Swedish pizza. This is all because of you. Are you happy? Is this what you wanted? Chris Christie owns the entire Atlantic Ocean. It's all his. Are you happy with yourself? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted, Sparky? Alright. It's now 6 in the morning. Pocket donuts will end world hunger. It's true. Isn't that peach? It's true. Peaches are usually very small unless they're giant and they're occupied by someone named James. All right. I'm just like I'm not. I refuse to accept this as my reality, but I have to open my eyes to this fucking bullshit because apparently this con's been going on for over a year and oh my god. What a fucking crock of shit. Yeah, just if something looks and seems like a scam, if it quacks like a duck, if it looks like a duck, it's a goddamn fucking duck. It's gonna just fucking attack you. It's what they do. Water birds are fucking aggressive sons of bitches. Goose! Take bell. Yeah. So, streams will be constant. This was a one-off stream to rant about fucking prime hydration energy. Jesus H. Christ. What the hell? What the heck in hell? What the fuck is going on here? I refuse. I never want to talk about this again. I hate it. We'll be getting back into the normal streams. It's just that I just got drive-by stupid. I had to just talk about it. So, in before Logan Paul kombucha. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. In before child-targeted audience of kombucha. I hate everything. Where's the child-friendly asbestos swag? Okay. That way they're completely immune to fire as the climate continues to burn everything to the ground. You gotta start targeting the children with asbestos-based merch. That's the responsible thing to do, okay? Only the finest, most organic asbestos for our children. Only the finest. The finest. No penny shall be spared upon the expense of wrapping little Billy head to toe in asbestos. He won't burn to death, I'll say that. He'll just be so fucking swagged out. It's just gonna be too hot to handle. Anyways, it is now 6:10 in the morning. I hate everything. I just fucking goddamn it, fucking dumbass. This is because of a fucking can of liquid that I consumed. Anyways, thanks for watching the stream. The moral of the story is, fuck. That's just fuck everything. Just fuck it all. I don't give a fuck. That's the moral of the stream. No, the moral of the stream is, again, just, if you can, do the research. If not, just avoid things that seem like obvious scams. Support local things. They tend to be pretty good to support instead of, like, you know, mass predators of cons online who try to say they're your friend as long as you pay them. That's not what a friendship is, no. So yeah, just don't get got. If you don't get got, don't get got. Don't buy the fucking timeshare in an energy drink bottle. All right, this is what I got. I got boozled into a timeshare of having Prime being in my bottle for like 2 days. Mad. Very mad. Very mad indeed. Jordan, so you can walk on lava. Absolutely not. Don't support any predators. None. Zero. Just don't. Jesus H. Christ. The fucking unregulated capitalism. It's always an adventure. So again, thanks for watching. Go watch some Julia Childs, Bob Ross, fucking some Iron Chef classics. I don't know. Just do you. Be happy. Enjoy yourself. But try not to support dipshits. There's so many other people who deserve, like, your time and energy. Not these idiots. These idiots are just dumb as hell. Good God, they're dumb as hell. Anyways, until next time, stick around, stay tuned, and peace out. I'm going to bed, and I'm mad. I'm gonna go hug a kitten. All right. So again, toodles. Get out of my house. All right. Good night. Bye.